Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about Fight or Flight by Kendall Harvey. Almost everyone can point to moments in their lives dictated by the choice, fight or flight. By definition, the fight or flight response is a physiological reaction that occurs in response to a perceived harmful event, attack, or threat to survival. Friedreich's ataxia, FA, patients have to choose to fight every single day. We have to fight against our very genes, which are causing our bodies to fail. We have to fight to keep moving, to remain as independent as possible, to keep living the life we want in spite of physical limitations. When diagnosed in 2013, this fight or flight decision faced me. The very first words out of my husband's mouth were, "We can fight this." I immediately snapped back at him, "Didn't you hear what the doctor just said? This is a life-shortening disease for which there is no cure or treatment. How am I supposed to fight it? I can't beat this." My friends and family quickly learned not to use that phrasing around me. They let me mourn this unbeatable battle I was facing. I was a definite flight risk. I wanted to avoid this. I didn't want FA. I didn't want to fight for the rest of my life. I wanted to fly away from FA into an easy, healthy life. However, we learned more about FA. And I realized that I needed to face it head on. I needed to fight. I have since defined what fighting means for me in my battle against FA. My version of fighting is doing whatever I can to resist FA. I am fighting to slow its progression. I don't give FA the power it wants and demands. I refuse to take whatever FA has to offer without fighting back. To fight, I have daily habits. I start each day by accepting that I have FA and the limitations that come with it. And I decide to rise above, remain positive, and keep going forward. I raise awareness. I fundraise. I exercise. I go to physical therapy. I try to be the best mother I can be for my kids. I try to be the best wife, daughter, sister, friend, and patient that I can be every day. I laugh, I cry, I pray, and I manage the best I can. Fighting FA can be exhausting. But if I don't fight, who will? There really is no other choice but to fight. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient, and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about Dealing with Progression by Kendall Harvey. As my Friedreich's ataxia symptoms progress, so do my feelings and emotions about this complex disease. When diagnosed, I accepted it pretty quickly. I obviously knew that something was wrong with me, so defining it helped validate what was happening to my body. Don't get me wrong. In my younger years, I never imagined that I had a genetic disease lying in wait that would take away my ability to walk. But once I began developing symptoms, it was strangely relieving to put a name to it. I had a feeling of solemn, albeit reluctant, acceptance. Being diagnosed also gave me a sense of purpose. There was a whole community of people like me doing life with FA. We all needed to band together to fight for a better future free of this disease. I found Friedreich's Ataxia Research Alliance, FARA, and put all of my energy into Team Kendall in support of FARA. So far, Team Kendall has raised over $139,000 for FARA. I had a feeling of determined optimism. Then the novelty wore off. My adrenaline slowed. My symptoms progressed, and I felt discouraged that I still had to fight this disease. I came to realize that I thought we would for sure cure this disease before it seriously affected me. I realized that I hadn't fully accepted my new reality. I really do have this horrible progressive disease, and I really am going to progress, no matter how much I fundraise or how much awareness I spread. I am fighting against a relentless clock. That realization brought about feelings of anger, hopelessness, and bitterness. I knew from personal experience that wallowing in that sad place wouldn't accomplish anything, so I began physical therapy. It is something proactive that I could focus on to help improve my day-to-day. Even though I know physical therapy won't stop my progression, it can strengthen my muscles and train my body to cope in a way that helps me function safely. Plus, I just had my second baby, so the motivation to work out, shed some baby weight, and get back in shape was even stronger. I felt a renewed sense of fight. Yet, despite my fundraising, awareness-raising, physical therapy, optimism and determination, my flawed genetics are stronger. FA is winning, at least, physically. I am relying on shopping carts, strollers, friends, and family more often than not. So, I got a walker to start using part-time. This has brought so many emotions that are still so fresh that I can't yet define them. I feel sad that this is a reality, angry that I have to take this step, tactless pun not intended, discouraged that I am not making a tangible difference yet, and hopeful that the walker can help. And I feel abashed that I am this emotional about something that, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that big of a deal. I guess you could define my emotions about a walker as conflicted for now. Progressing through FA is an emotional roller coaster. But I am doing my best to enjoy the ride and face whatever each new hill and turn brings my way. FA might have my body, but it doesn't have my heart, mind, and soul. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient, and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about FA and Marriage by Kendall Harvey. When I met my husband Kyle in high school at the age of 16, everything was perfect. We were perfect. We were madly in love with limitless possibilities ahead of us. The world was our oyster and we couldn't wait to grow up and start living. We got engaged in college and married shortly after graduating. A few years into our marriage, we began to notice that my balance and coordination was deteriorating. After many doctor's visits and tests, I was diagnosed with Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Talk about a gut punch. I will lose the ability to walk? What? That wasn't the plan. That wasn't what I pictured for my marriage. I was so scared that this disease would turn my husband into my caretaker. I didn't want FA to define our marriage, so we try to go about our lives as normally as possible. We don't let FA dictate our course. However, it is always a factor. FA is like the awkward, unwelcome third wheel in our relationship. And as much as we try not to give FA power, it influences a lot. We had to buy a one-story house because I can't do stairs. A lot of the traveling we had in mind would be extremely difficult, therefore it is no longer appealing. Adventure trips like skiing and hiking are way less enticing. FA just makes everything so complicated. Not impossible, just complicated. Even small things like deciding what restaurant to go to, how much walking is involved, which seat to reserve for shows and movies, what is the stair situation, or what to do in the evenings, how much walking have I done today, what do I feel up to, are affected. My mind revolves around FA. It has crept its way into every aspect of my life. It is so easy to let it consume my everything, to be my sole focus. But that is neither healthy nor productive. I had a life before FA. I need to keep striving for that life, even with FA. There are two people in my marriage, it isn't just about FA and me. So, I make a conscious effort to not make it my daily focus. Our relationship is my focus. FA is just added to the list of things that affect and influence our marriage, just like our children, work, friends, church, hobbies, in-laws, etc. We are not defined by FA. Getting diagnosed with FA rocked our world. We are still adapting and adjusting. And we will continue to do so as my disease progresses. I am just eternally grateful to have such a fantastic partner to navigate this most unexpected obstacle with. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient, and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about Weather Woes with FA by Kendall Harvey. Sometimes I feel like Goldilocks, this weather is too hot, this weather is too cold. Extreme temperatures really affect my Friedreich's Ataxia, FA, but in very different ways. When it's really hot outside, it is really hard to make it through the day with enough energy. The heat zaps what little reserve I have, and every single move seems to require so much. I get so fatigued so easily, because my body is working overtime to not only stay cool, but to cope with FA. My extremities get really lethargic and movement has to be a lot more deliberate, even though my movements look really sloppy. It's exhausting. And believe me, I know heat. In the Texas Hill Country, we average over 100 days of 100+ degree temperatures in the summer. Extreme cold is not my friend either. When it's really cold, my muscles contract and are less willing to try to cooperate. My movements become more staccato and spastic. My joints want to be flexed and rigid, which certainly doesn't help when trying to walk around. All my body wants to do is curl up under a mountain of blankets and shiver. Another small winter weather annoyance: socks. They don't make a lot of great no-slip socks in adult sizes, so I'm stuck with either tiny ankle-height yoga socks that don't really keep me warm, or massive slipper socks that you can't wear under shoes. I miss the days of wearing tall warm baseball socks or goofy, cute socks, but I slip and fall too much in those, especially trying to navigate my toy-strewn obstacle course hardwood-floored house. It's just another blow that FA has inflicted. But I can rise above. It makes me appreciate those beautiful days where the temperatures camp out in the 60s, 70s, and 80s even more. I guess I just need to move to Hawaii or somewhere where the weather is always perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. Think I could convince Kyle of that. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient, and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about Gratitude for Farah by Kendall Harvey. As a person with Friedreich's Ataxia, FA, the task of going on with life can seem a bit daunting. In more ways than one. For starters, you can never truly forget about FA. It affects literally every area of your life. Even your sleep. So it is always there, always on your mind. Yes, you can distract yourself, but there won't be a full day where I won't, at least momentarily, think about it or curse it because of a difficulty or inconvenience it has caused. Therefore, you are always thinking about it, wishing it wasn't so. Secondly, I always feel like I could and should be doing more. I should be networking with other FA patients to find out what they're doing to help ease their symptoms. I should be fundraising more. I should be a mouthpiece for FA with my local and state governments. I should be exercising more. I should be participating in clinical trials and more clinical studies. I should be more vocal on social media so that I am bringing more awareness. I should be working harder to cure this disease that is taking over my life, and the lives of so many others. That's why I am eternally grateful for the Friedreich's Ataxia Research Alliance, FARA. They are working tirelessly, despite my lack of participation or efforts. They are passionately campaigning the FDA and pharmaceutical companies on my behalf. They are constant champions and warriors for the FA community. They are just as desperate for a cure as I am. I feel so blessed to know most of the folks at FARA, and I feel confident that my future is in their hands. When I first met Ron Bartek, the president of FARA, he said, "We are in the business of going out of business. We want to cure FA so we can all move on." Yes. Amen. I can't wait for the day Team Kendall can announce, "We did it. We cured FA. Thank you for all of your hard work. We finished the fight and won. Now let's all go on with our healthy lives and live passionately, free of FA. I know that FARA will get us there one day. So in the meantime, I will do as much as I can to support them by raising awareness and funds for FARA." Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient, and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich's Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich's Ataxia, FA. Today we will talk about Toddler Wisdom by Kendall Harvey. I have been struggling lately. My FA symptoms, specifically my balance, have gotten worse. I fear that my time to use a walker, part-time, is fast approaching. When I think about that, I get in a really negative place. I get angry. I feel helpless and hopeless. Right now, I feel like using a walker is admitting defeat. That all of my hard work is for nothing. My fundraising, my awareness efforts, my PT, my vitamin B1 injections, hours and hours spent praying. And I'm still progressing. I'm fighting against a relentless clock. My body is failing and I absolutely hate it. Yes, I know that the walker will help. It will help me get from point A to point B safely and independently. I'm just scared. I'm sure I will soon view my walker with respect and adoration for the safety and independence it can provide, but I'm just not ready to be graceful about it yet. My heart is too broken. My spirit is too broken. I guess you could say that I'm partially in denial. That is, until today. Once again, my beautiful son, Brooks, imparted wisdom on me. He started singing a song from school. I like my eyes, I like my face, I like the way God made me. His sweet childlike innocence and faith stopped my internal pity party dead in its tracks. He made it seem so simple. God made me. How fitting. How convicting. How challenging. Yet through the eyes of my sweet beautiful boy, it's all so simple. I like the way God made me. What a better place this world would be if we all thought like that. I'm going to trade my heavy heart for childlike faith. Or at least I'm going to try like hell to. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description.